Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to bring you the Teacher Life Planner from Erin Condren today. I just want to say to all of you teachers out there that we love you so much. You have probably one of the hardest jobs ever. I think us nurses and you teachers, I think we kind of get each other. And I truly am so grateful to every teacher who has ever taught my children, and I appreciate you so much. So I do have the Teacher Life Planner to share with you today. I also have the Homeschool Planner. I'm going to start off with the Teacher Life Planner, and then if you are looking for a Homeschool Planner, we're going to go over the differences between that. I have homeschooled my children, and my kids have gone to public school. I think we as parents kind of try to do the best for each of our children, and I have 5, and there was just one of mine who the best decision for that child was for them to get homeschooled, and it was a wonderful experience. And I used the Teacher Life Planner. Had I known that there was a homeschool planner, this may have been my choice, but they both work great. For teachers, I think this year's is amazing and I love it and I cannot wait to show it to you. So this is the Teacher Life Planner. This is the coiled one. It is 8.5 by 11, so it's a lot bigger than your typical life planner. In fact, I have a life planner right here if you want to see the difference. This is 7 by 9. So it is a bigger book, and it works great when you have to plan out so many things and be in charge of so many different moving parts. I'm not a teacher, but I do have a sister who is, and I know that your life is very busy and you definitely need organization. So the Teacher Life Planner comes with the same stencil bookmark that the normal life planner does. You do have a choice of 4 different coil options. It comes with platinum, but you can upgrade to gold, which is what I have here, rose gold, or the multicolor coil as well. You can have 2 different interiors. I asked for colorful, but they sent me a different one, which is fine because it is absolutely gorgeous. I think that so many teachers are going to love the one that I got. And I am actually going to be doing a gift basket for my child's teacher. And I think that she will love this even more than the colorful. This looks more like her. So I'm really excited to give this to her. If you don't have a need for this giant book, they also do have softbounds, and they're 8 by 10. So that's a little bit less like ginormous, but I do think that this has some special things in it that you can't get in the softbound. You obviously can't do add-ons on softbounds. They are one and done. They're finished, but I think that they are beautiful. Oh my goodness, they're so beautiful this year. When I saw them, I was like, how can I figure out how to use that in my lineup? I've got to stop. There are so many good planners and I keep trying to figure out how to add them to my lineup and I just can't. There are 8 different cover options for this. You have this really cute Applescape one. This is in the earth tones version. There is also a colorful version that is so cute. And then they have a really gorgeous Edivi cover this year. That's actually the one that I asked for. I think I just got the wrong planner, which is totally okay. It's totally okay because, like I said, I think the person I'm gifting this to will like this one more. And then they also have one that says teach 3 times across the front, and there's a colorful and an earth tones version of that. Books of Wisdom, there is a colorful and a earth tone version of that. And then they have a leopard monogram, which is really cute. And there are 4 custom colors of that one. So I guess there are 5 different covers, and most of those covers have like a pastel version and a colorful version. I got the pastel, and I do think it's really beautiful. I really do. There are 2 different softbound teacher lesson planners that have the hexagon interior, and they are like so incredibly beautiful. They really are. And then there are also 2 different 8 by 10 softbound teacher planners with that pastel minimal interior. Both of those softbounds are $35.50. There's a couple of things that you probably should know that aren't available this year that you may have used last year that you're not going to be able to find. The first is the 7 by 9 focused teacher lesson planner. I know a lot of us who aren't teachers loved that book because the grid layout of the teacher planner is really very functional for everyday life. And that was just such a nice size. But I don't think it's sold like these other ones. In fact, I think the focus line in general is being done away with, so the Focus Teacher Lesson Planner is no more. Also, the 8.5 by 11 undated Spanish Teacher Lesson Planner will not be sold anymore, and the 8 by 10 soft-bound Focus Teacher Lesson Planner, just the focus line is gone, and then the undated Spanish. So be aware those two things are gone. All right, let's actually dive into this planner. So there are two different interiors that you can get in here. There's hexagon and pastel minimal. I actually asked for the hexagon. I always ask for the colorful. It's my thing. I love colorful everything. But this one is pastel minimal. And honestly, when I opened it, I'm like, oh my goodness, this one is so pretty. Inside of this, I just want to show you these gorgeous tab colors. I love them. They are so beautiful and I am in love. The fonts in here are like the minimal font, and so I think they're very easy to read. I actually love that minimal font, so I'm excited that it will be in here. You have your name page, the teacher lesson planner. I got the vertical layout, so there is also the horizontal layout that you can choose from. And this is the new vertical. It came out last year and it is now available in the softbounds as well. So if you are interested in the vertical, it is so good. And this layout, I think, would be amazing for non-teachers as well. It's just a really great and functional layout. And so, like I said, I'm trying to think of a way I can use the softbound in my life because it's, compact and wonderful. This one is the vertical layout. You have an About Me page, the name, school, year, email, all of your classroom resources and professional development. And then over here you have event and volunteer contact information that you can keep track of. This is actually the contacts tab. And so you have a communication log in here, date, name, reason, and resolved. So you can keep track of when parents contact you or different resources. And you have 2 pages of that before it gets into the 2025-2026 planner. Your next page is your 2025-2026 year at a glance. It goes from July to December. I think you can choose July, August, or September. I chose an August start because that's when school starts here in Las Vegas. So you can choose what works best for your school year. And then it goes into your year plan. This is a new page. If you get the hexagon, you'll have the hexagons up along the top. This pastel minimal just has lines with the beautiful pastel colors that are in here. You do have 12 different colors in this. So it's not like the bouquet that has 6 and then repeats the 6 again. These are 12 different colors, which I love for a teacher especially. But a big change you might notice here is that they took all of the months off of these goal pages. They call this the goal page. They did that because the current version that's going on right now is laid out with a January start, which is often not when most of our school starts are. So by removing the months, they can give educators a flexibility to do what would work best for here. You may do brainstorms of different things or different subjects, or I don't know what would work best for you, but I do like that they left it open-ended. This is another change that they made. This used to be 4 pages of this, and now it's just 2 class schedules. And then the next page is 2 spending summaries. And they did that because a lot of teachers were requesting the ability to keep track of the spending that they did for their classroom. I know, thinking about my sister who is a teacher, that she spends so much of her own money on her classroom. And I know that teachers do that, and it kind of breaks my heart. It does. You guys are amazing. You really, really are. And then you have 2 lined pages here as well. So you can do whatever you need to and keep notes here. The next page is where August starts. When this first came to me, I was a little bummed that the colorful didn't come and that I got this minimal until I saw this page and I was like, okay, this is so cute. I love this so much. So on this pastel minimal, you have the cute month here on the side written with a big notes section. And then you may notice updates for this page as well. They put a monthly productivity page at the front of every month, and they flipped the productivity and lines pages to match their other planners too. So it's on the left side, your notes page is over here. And then they added the top to-do box here from the LifePlanner layout to increase the functionality as well. So it just makes a more functional and more streamlined connection to all their other planners. And so what you have here is a big notes section, an open area at the top, a to-do list section, and dates to remember in August, and then a really nice notes page over here. And I just think this design is so cute. Let's flip through every month so you can see these different colors, but they do have these cute quotes down here. The influence of a good teacher lasts forever. So let's look at these different cute colors. September is just a little lighter than August. October is that dusty blue. November is a lavender color. And then December is a kind of pinky purple color. January is a gray. This looks very similar to the minimal color on their tabbed pages. February is this cute pink. I really like that, like peachy pink. March is a mauve. April is a khaki color, kind of camel-y. And May is a little lighter than that. If you want to see those together, you can see this one's a little bit warmer. May is khaki, and then June is so cute. I love this color of yellow. It's so cute. Kind of a buttery yellow. July is kind of a sage green, and then you do have August again in this book that's green. So this is what your month looks like. I love these giant boxes. They are 2 inches by 1 3/4 inch. So you have tons of writing space. You will have a notes column over here, and then the next month is here. When you have split days, they do it horizontally. Thank you so much. I absolutely hate a diagonal split. I feel like it takes away most of the writing space. This at least gives you some. So this is a Sunday start calendar, by the way, and then you get into the weeks. So I chose vertical, meaning that the days of the week are at the top. If you choose the horizontal, it's still this grid layout, but it will have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday here. There are only 5 rows on the horizontal, and then there will be 7 columns of subjects. Over here, you have your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You have big columns for the Saturday and Sunday, so you can plan things out, or if you need to take notes on things you need to get done during the weekend, these can be personal days for you. I like that they didn't separate them into the subjects so that you can do what you need to on your weekend. And then you have enough space for 6 different subjects over here. When I've used this as my planner, I have done my 5 kids over here. So it works great for a personal planner as well if you want to have different areas of your life or different things like that. And then you can grid them out. I just love this layout. I think it's so functional. On this side, you have top priorities, meetings, and then you have a to-do list. And the colors here are a gradient of the monthly color. So this like sagey green for August, or let's switch to December. You can see the gradient here. So that is what the minimal looks like. I love the fonts in here. It's very clean, very classy. And by the way, each month here does have a different quote that are all applicable. They're not all like teacher, but what you do makes a difference. This one says, success starts with a lesson plan. This one says, the more you try, the easier it will be. So there's like different kinds of quotes down there that are really cute. After the very last week of this, which is August 30th, it goes completely to the end of that month, you have 2 notes pages before you get into the checklist tab. So these columns are for keeping track of permission slips turned in, assignments, test scores. I know my kid's teacher has this planner, and she uses this for times table pass-offs for her kids. So there's lots of different things you can do that. And you have 10 different full pages of this, so lots and lots of space to keep track of it. They also made lots of updates to the stickers in their coiled in sticker books. The Design of the Year artwork has been removed from all stickers, so that's kind of similar to the Life Planners, and that way you can use these from year to year and it will match the planner that you use. I also love that they updated the fonts in here, so it doesn't just appeal to elementary teachers. I feel like this whole design of this planner could be used in high school and middle school and elementary school, and it would kind of go with everything. But the font in here is very minimal and very beautiful. On the second page, they made the label flags updated to a more functional size so that it can be used on either size of their planner. And these say things like meeting, conference, assembly, field trip, important, and testing. You have these really cute apples that say first day, great job. Big day, note to self. Last day, awesome. You have flags. And these larger stickers are for the monthly boxes. They work great in there. So on this page, these are for your subjects. I believe that these stickers up here fit the horizontal. And then these ones down here fit if you have a vertical planner. They fit in, let me get to one. They fit in here. So they're very functional. And of course, you can use those as well on different things. And then the last page are appointment labels that are super functional and very Erin Condren-esque. So that is it. And then you have a two-sided folder in here in that really beautiful color. And these are like a coated cardstock. They're very sturdy and really nice. Another thing that you can add in are these clear folders. I believe that everyone gets one, but I think you can add more on when you get your planner. And back here you have your holidays, so you can add them in. And I love that they have the dates. So if you want to add those onto your calendar or whatever works best for you, you can. And that is the teacher planner. I love it. If you are an EC insider, the teacher planner launch day is going to be on the 19th. And if you are not, the general launch will be on the 20th. If you're not an EC insider, I will leave a link below that you can go sign up. It doesn't cost anything. It's not a membership. It's just signing up for their website so you get early access to the things. And then you earn points with your sales too. So you can use that to purchase other things later on. There's really no catch to it. It's just they want you to sign up. So I would highly recommend doing that just so you can get your order in a day early if you're going to order one anyway. There are so many beautiful accessories coming out as well. They have notepads and sticker books. I usually buy the sticker book. It just has some really great stickers in there for school, even for parents. So I think it's great. They have file folders and planner folios that will fit this. They're beautiful in blush and then the navy blue midnight color. They have magnetic clip pen holders. Oh my goodness, there is this gorgeous work bag that has the bouquet watercolor on it. That's kind of like a denim color. It's so beautiful. So those are all coming out. I don't have any of those things to share with you, but they will be available on launch. Now I want to walk through the homeschool planner. I think some of you might be homeschoolers, so I can show you some of the differences with that. So this is the homeschool planner. I believe this is available right now. You can choose gold, rose gold, or platinum. So the colorful coil is not available for the homeschool planner. The design inside is called Color Blend Asterisk. It's really cute. So we're going to go through that. So these are interchangeable, so you can get any of the covers that fit on the 8.5 by 11 on this, but I got this cute watercolor apple cover. So let's go through this. It has that color blend kind of gradient style in here, which I think is really cute. And this is undated, so you can see the different covers here. They're actually really beautiful colors in all their undated planners. And I think it is gorgeous. It's not quite as pastel as the other one. This is available right now if you're interested in this. You have our family, you can do a mission statement, homeschool goals, and then you can put your requirements over here for your state and local district information, approved curriculum that you're going to be using. And then they have the 12 box. This is an undated planner, so they don't have the months on here as well, but you do have a background of that color blends in here, which I think is really cute. It gives you 2 notes pages before you get into your first month. You have this monthly dashboard where you have a monthly focus, enrichment classes, field trips and outings, and then supplies and resources needed, and a notes section before you get into your month. The undated obviously doesn't have any dates in it, and they have a line for you to put the month, and they have the cute asterisks coming on both sides. I think it's actually a really cute design. And a giant notes section over here. In the homeschool planner, you have your 6 subjects or whatever you want to do with it, and then a column on this side. You could still have this be 5 subjects and use this as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That one great thing about this being undated is you could really use it vertically or horizontally for your days. And it does have that gradient effect in this as well. And you have 5 weeks for every month with 2 notes pages at the end. And then it gets into the next month. So this is what every month will look like. We'll flip through and you can see the different colors. You have these green, a purple color, this peach color, a turquoise, a navy, dusty navy color, denim-y color, the yellow, and I don't know if you can tell, but this is like a gradient. It's color blends. And then you have the purple, and you can see a little bit of a gradient. It's harder to see on the darker colors, but you can see the gradient here of this orange before it gets into the blue. And then you have like a lime green as the last one. So that is the last month. Because it's undated, that's really nice for homeschool families who have a little bit more flexibility to their schedule. And then after the last section, you have trackers. So this one is your curriculum resources, sites, accounts, and passwords. You have a couple pages of that. Here is a reading log, date, book title, and author, and you can put the names of your different kids up here. There are 6 different logs, so even my family of 5 could do this. You have attendance trackers. I know that's a really important thing to keep track of. So you have name, school year. You can keep track of their attendance for that school year, so there's enough for 4 kids there. And then expense tracker for yourself, and you also have these trackers here. It says tracker 4 up here, so I'm assuming that this is one child, and you can keep track of up to 6. And then you have homeschool pals. That's so nice. Other homeschool contacts. And then you have stickers back here. So these are mid-century circles. And you have really cute fonts in here with habit trackers and your birthday stickers and some appointment labels. And then this one has a mid-century circles pocket, which I think is really cute. And the clear pocket back here. They do offer that as well. So that is the homeschool tracker. It's very similar. It doesn't have the things that are really only applicable to public school teachers. So those are the 2 planners that I have. I personally shop the teacher planner launch every year, even when I'm not homeschooling a kid. I love so many of the things that come out with the teacher launch. They always come out with some accessories that I am dying to get my hands on. My child that was homeschooled is actually graduating in 2 weeks. So very excited about that. He went back to public school this year for his senior year, but it was such a great experience for us, and it really was good for him. I admire teachers so much and homeschooled parents so much. You really do a lot, and I think that you're amazing. And I really do think that these are amazing products, so well made. The beautiful Erin Condren paper. If you plan on picking up a teacher planner this year, I do have a link below. If it's your first time purchasing with Erin Condren, there is $10 off down there if you're interested. If not, I so appreciate you using my link. I hope that this was helpful for you. And if you do end up using my link, I do have a Google form to fill out as well. For some reason, I hate to even ask this, but for some reason, the affiliate program that Erin Condren uses is not tracking orders for us. And so we do have to report them to them. I'm really sorry, but if you don't have to, but if you'd like to and you order with my link or meant to order with my link, I will have that form down below. And if you would like to come back, you just have to fill out the total and your order number. I would so appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and teachers, I love you. And I hope you had amazing Teacher Appreciation Week last week. And I will talk to y'all very soon. See you. Bye.